Hello and welcome to the Promotion Success Analyzer training. This is covering the Pro version, so it's partly showing what extra features you get in the paid version, but also example demonstration of how to actually use it. So the first thing, if you come in here, you'll notice is that we have both a lot more venues available and many more rows. In fact, we have a year's worth of rows, so you can really track for a long time. If you desperately want to do more than a year and you've got the Pro version, reach out to us, we'll increase it. We can also increase the number of venues. So for the moment there are 9 venues plus Kindle Unlimited. And you can see we moved Kindle Unlimited to the left now. It just makes it a little bit easier to use when we have so many venues, because it puts the equivalence of sales there, which is next to the other fields. In other ways, you can see that a lot of it is quite similar here, but not there is other stuff which is going on, which adds a lot more value. And if we go to the royalties sheet again, you can see we've moved Kindle Unlimited over to the left, and then we have the various venues here as well. So there's a lot more ability to add extra venues in. In my case here, for my example, I've actually only needed the 4. I'm not in KU, but I am wide. And then we have the summary sheet. So if we go to the summary sheet, there's more going on here. So we still have the ad spend versus royalties. Actually, I say there's more going on. There's not more going on. Actually, my notes are wrong there. It's going on other places. So you still have exactly the same results showing here. But where you do see a big difference is that you can then look at the detailed breakdown of sales. And as you can see, we have some graphs and we also have some charts here. So what you're looking at here is by venue, you can enter the baseline sales. So you can now see how much better is each venue doing over the period of time. You can see what the expected baseline sales would be for the period that we're covering. What were the total sales, and therefore what were the extra sales, and you can see the extra sales percentage. And here Kobo's got an incredible extra sales percentage, but that's because I was only selling 1 book a day there beforehand, and D2D is even more. Published Drive is more interesting. So it was 7 and KDP was 20, and you can see for KDP it's gone up to 2,100, whereas Published Drive is up to 700, which is not too bad because I'm only really in Google through Published Drive currently. And you have the overall numbers over here as well. And you have, I believe I may have just spotted a bug. That number looks rather too high, so we'll have a look and sort that one out. And here you have the actual average extra sales per day. So those are useful, but then the charts are where it really stands out. So you can see here, this is your total sales, obviously, for the period. We can see, okay, KDP was really way ahead of the others, but you can see quite visually then where the other peaks were. In terms of the extra sales percentage, we can see here how that balances out. Actually, no, this number probably is right because it's not going to be a sum of those. It's going to be based on going from 29 up to 34,000, so that probably is correct. And you can see here, okay, so we've got 2,100 there, but D2D was much higher. And also extra sales from the promotion. So this is not by percentage, but this is just how many extra sales you got. So you can see where the extra sales really kicked in. And that's quite useful on sales. The page that I think really starts to come in is the royalties. So here, just looking at the charts, you can see where your extra royalties have come from. So we have really made nearly $5,000 extra royalties from KDP, and through D2D nearly 2,000. So that would probably mostly be Apple for me and some Nook. Kobo's not done as well as I might have hoped, actually. It's not too bad. I mean, I'm not going to turn my nose up at it. And Published Drive and Google, again, not too bad. So those are quite nice numbers. But you can see actually the bulk for the effect of this promotion has been for KDP, but also for those places I sell to through D2D. And you can see the total royalties for that period. And again, you can see the extra royalties. How has things improved? So again, we've seen more of an improvement at D2D than we have at KDP, and Published Drive just edging it out over there. And again, KDP not quite so much. So that's what we're seeing so far. And it's worth me saying your royalties can be anything you want. So in this case, I'm entering total royalties for those days, not just royalties for the one book or for the series. So this is the effect that these promotions have had overall on my income. And again, if we look at the summary sheet, you can see back there again, this is the effect it's had. So yes, I spent 1,000, and these are actually pretty accurate numbers. I may have played with them a little bit for testing, but they're roughly right, and I'm still seeing further income. So this is the effect of having had a BookBub for about $550, I think, a full-blown one across all locations. But then I stacked a lot of ads on top of it, and you can really see that that has made a big difference. So I've spent probably 3.5 times what I did just from BookBub, but the income I'm seeing is really, really good. You can see the profit here has been great. And to help you know which sites are the best ones to go for, we actually have another tool, so I'll touch on that one briefly in the next video. But this is what the Pro one gives you. So one of the main things is it just lets you look at a longer period of time. So you can see here we're going from 26th of April now right out into middle of June. In fact, I could add a few more days in there now. So I'm getting to look at this promotion over a much longer period, and so long as we're still above baseline, and you can see in terms of sales we are still a little bit above baseline, but in terms of royalties still well above baseline. So sales of book one, or in fact downloads because it's a free book, are returning to close to baseline. Now, they're still pretty good. I mean, these two numbers are a bit lower because I don't have it from all the stores yet, so still sort of 15 to 20 above baseline most days. But royalties wise, I'm still sitting between about $80 and $140, maybe even more than that, above baseline. So I'll keep tracking this for a long time, a lot longer, and see just what the effect of that was. And unsurprisingly, it says if you can get a BookBub, it's brilliant. I should say I have a deep series. I have 6 books in the series, which has made a big difference. So that's it for the Pro tool. As I say, you can buy it on its own, or you can buy it in a bundle, and you can also buy it as part of the all-in package, which means that you'll not only get every Pro tool that is out there currently, there's 3 right now, but you will get all the Pro tools going forwards, and we've got lots of plans. So things from the ability to track word count nicely and give you a good chance of that, through to breaking down the Kindle Unlimited, the Amazon ads downloads. You can get the spreadsheets to give you some interesting numbers there, so not just cost per click but cost per sale and other conversion rates and other information like that, and many others as well. I've got lots of ideas. So if you get in and get the all-in bundle now, you get it for a relatively cheap price because there's not that many tools in it now, but give it a year, there will be a lot more of them. So I hope that's really helped, and if you'd like to hang around to the next video, I will just give a very brief overview of some of our other tools, and I promise it will be brief.